This crisis should be over, but this crisis should be over, but
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for silencing so quickly. Mr. Ambassador, Mrs. the President of the Academy of Science, Mrs. Zajimalova, Mr. and Mrs. Directors of institutes and deans, dear partners, dear colleagues, dear members of Cefres, I'm very pleased to welcome you this evening for this tree party, which celebrates the end of a particularly challenging year, which has been rich of beautiful scientific events, particularly in the first part of the year. And this year has also been affected in the second part by an unprecedented crisis. But your almost viral presence this evening is very touching and shows that this crisis has paradoxically brought us closer together. Over the last few months, we have not stopped exchanging ideas and reflections and studying the crisis, a crisis of which we were also, let's say, victims. The French writer Marcel Aimé used to say that a crisis was a kind of a bath of youth, un bain de jouvence, which reconnects a society to its own values. This corona crisis has in a way reminded us as researchers of the profound meaning of our work for ourselves, but I would say also for the entire society. This is, I think, the main lesson of this crisis and the paradoxical contribution of COVID-19 to our intellectual communities, but also to our societies. However, the legitimacy of researchers is always a struggle. Their right to study, to analyze, to interpret social and historical facts is not recognized everywhere. Academic freedom is still too often repressed, flouted in too many countries, including in some countries in Europe. And among the many victims of this intellectual repression, a Franco-Iranian anthropologist, Fariba Adelkhah, she's a researcher at Sciences Po in Paris. She's maybe the main specialist of contemporary Iran in France, has been in jail for more than 1 year in a prison in Tehran. Her only crime is that of analyzing Iranian society without concession, of course, but with accuracy and also with passion. Being in jail, she has shown exceptional courage, notably by going on a hunger strike for almost 50 days, which she finally stopped at the insistence of her relatives. She's been recently condemned to 6 years of jail for collusion against national security and propaganda against the system. As you know, since the French Revolution, supporters of freedom have been planting trees, so-called freedom trees. And this evening is placed under the sign of the tree because we want to celebrate freedom and academic freedom. So I would like with you to dedicate this evening to our colleague Fariba Adelkhah, and I would like us all to applaud her, to pay tribute to her courage, and as a symbolic mean also to ask for her immediate release. Thank you very much for her. I now give the floor to Mr. Roland Galarag, Ambassador of France. I have to say that his presence means a lot for us, to us. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, to be present tonight. And I give you the microphone.
Thank you. Thank you, Gerald, for organizing this tree party after a couple of months in being locked up. I think it's a great idea to spend some time outside with drinks. It's something that at times we were dreaming about, so thank you for making this happen. I would also very much like to associate myself with the words that you have said about Fariba Adelkhah. Luc is here, the director of the French Institute, and we worked together at the policy planning staff of the Foreign Ministry a couple of years ago when Fariba was also one of the consultants there. So I can certainly attest to the high quality of our work about Iran, which is enriched, of course, by a very intimate understanding of the Iranian culture. She's obviously Iranian. She's Iranian and French, which is actually part of the problem because, of course, the Iranians do not acknowledge dual citizenship. So we hope that the efforts that the French government is currently undertaking to have her freed will produce results quickly. It's already too late, but we are still trying. Roland Marchal was another French researcher who was also a prisoner in Iran at the same time, has been released, and this gives us hope that we will reach the same result with Fariba. Now, to the event, first of all, I would like to acknowledge the presence among us of the President of the Academy of Sciences and all of the other deans and Czech partners. This is not a French center, as you know. This is truly a French-Czech endeavor, as we can see from where we are and also from who is here. So again, thank you for working with us on this joint endeavor. Now, summer is of course the time of holidays, and we are, I think, most of us longing for holidays. But it's also the time of seasonal migration. So I was instructed by the director, Jérôme Heurtaud, to say a couple of words about the people who are leaving, which I have no doubt he would have done much better than I would, which is why I have this piece of paper, because I want to make sure that I got the names right. So we are unfortunately saying goodbye to Benedetta Zaccarello, who has been with us, I think, for 2 or 3 years at least, right? 4 years. There you go. So longer than I. And who is now going to pursue a research project somewhere else. I'm not sure where, actually. Paris, fine. So thank you very much for your work here at Cefres. We're also saying goodbye to Virginie Vaté, who is among the dream team. I mean, that's the word, I think. There's no other word. The dream team that actually working on this animal whose name escapes me now. The boar, the wild boar, I suppose, yes, has managed to get this consolidator grant. Actually, the name of the consolidator grant also sounds a bit like an animal, like the consolidator, alligator, whatever. So it's very strange. But anyway, congratulations. This is indeed a very big achievement. I understand that on the scale of European research, this is like really the first league. So congratulations. I'm not sure where you're going either, because he didn't write, Jérôme didn't. This is very secretive, but anyway, so we wish you good luck. I want also to pay tribute and to say thank you to Gilles Aznar. Gilles Aznar is going to get a double treatment, because I will say goodbye to him in another party. So, but he's a man of many works and a man of many qualities. So we can well thank him several times, not only for the work he did for the French Institute, but also for the work you did for the Cefres. Not sure either where you're going. I think not Paris. I'm Brittany, I hear. Well, that's also nice. Okay. So we wish you well and thank you very much. And finally, but certainly not least, we also need to say goodbye to Andela Landova, who is hiding somewhere behind the tree. That's what tree parties are for. So again, I understand now, because I've made some inquiries discreetly, but rather efficiently, that you're not moving very far, as I understand. and that it's only a matter of flight of stairs that will take you to your next assignment. But I think we've all enjoyed and appreciated your dedication to Cefres over these years. Good luck in your new endeavor. And I think I would stop there, actually. You've said all what needed to be said about COVID. I was thinking to myself while you were speaking that, of course, we count years differently. People in academia and we in bureaucracy count years differently, because you make it sound as if the year is over. I don't think the year is over, actually. It's only half of the year. And perhaps, I hope the crisis is over, but I'm not sure there either. But anyway, this has been indeed a very challenging time, and a time that I think will lend itself to all sorts of analysis, all sorts of, in France, I don't know about here, well, I think perhaps I know, but in France there's a great debate about, we are very good at coining words in France, so there's a great debate about le monde d'après, so the next world, or the world after that. We will see, but certainly this is also COVID, and this crisis I think is very much an object for further research. So the show will go on. That's a great idea. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.